Hello and welcome once again to the Yupa Organic Garden. We use many sources of information to help us live sustainably and to learn things that we wish to do, from gardening and farming to putting up food to making things ourselves, fixing and repairing. But books aren't the only things that we use to gather information. A lot of them come from magazines, and I've been fortunate enough with several of them I have to get 30 or 40 years worth of magazines through the help of family and friends, and one of those is the Organic Gardening and Farming magazines. I know Organic Gardening is still printed today, and I'm not quite as impressed as I was with the old ones, the 30, 40 years worth that I've got going back to their beginning. They are just full of all kinds of information about gardening and farming and doing it sustainably and organically. A very good read. They're published, I believe, today at every 2 months, but just not the magazine they used to be, which seems to be happens with a lot of magazines. The older ones that were printed 30, 40 years ago, packed with information. Today they're kind of glitzy and just kind of gloss over and quickly go through, quick read articles. I guess that's the way our society's gone, but if you can get your hands on these old ones, they're definitely worth the money and expense it takes to get them, because you'll learn a lot. And I enjoy going back through these and my other magazines and just picking them up and looking through them, reading what's interests me, and just learning new things. Great reads. Another one that we have is Countryside and Small Stock Journal. This one's been published for 70, 80 years, still on the market today, which is saying a lot for magazines that come and go every few years, it seems. But this one is full of all kinds of stuff to do with homesteading, raising gardens, animals, to building projects, to you name it. If it has to do with sustainability and homesteading, you'll find it in here. Published every 2 months. Very good read. We probably have 12 to 15 years of this magazine. Really enjoy it. Go back to it quite often when we're looking for things, projects we got going, or questions we have. Good source of information. Another one we have is the Mother Earth News. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about that. Mother Earth News still being printed today. Been on the market for about 40 years, but I find the older ones from the beginning up to about the 80s or so, just packed full of information, how-to articles. They have articles that actually tell you how to build things from beginning to end. They don't do that anymore. They just kind of gloss over the projects that they write about and then give you places you can go to maybe get help. But these older ones are just, they're a gold mine. I've been going through my old Mother Earth News this winter. Just pick out a stack and start reading, flip through them, find things I like to read and just read them, and just full of all kinds of stuff, from alternative energy to farming to gardening to alternative housing. A great read if you can find them. Like I said, they're about 40 years worth. If you can't find the magazine anymore, they do make DVDs that you can get that have all their back issues in, and they're not that expensive too, but great information from anything that you could possibly come up with what you want to do. And one other one we get, this one I subscribe to, I actually write articles for to pay for my subscription. That's the Backwoodsman magazine, and this is a great read. Comes out every 2 months. Been on the market for about 35 years now, and anything to do with backwoods, bushcraft, this one covers it. If anything from old-time ways of hunting to new 21st century information, it's in here. Great magazine. Even if you have to pay for the subscription, one magazine will get a project you need and save you the money that the subscription costs. So another great magazine, and full of information. And I believe there's quite a few back issues available for this one too. I don't know how far back they go, and they do have our Best Of series too that you can get from one of the advertisers in their magazine. So a great read, and another great way to get information about things that may concern you, or things that you want to know about that'll help you live more sustainably and help you out on your homestead or wherever you may be. So here we go. I thought we'd give a little review on the magazines we read and use and study and find things out from. And once again, I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time here on the Yupa Organic Garden.